Welcome to this week's Super Chevy Family Affair. This week, a Super Chevy Family guest joins the show. Chevar and Biko make do with a week of news, and Mom gives her weekly movie review. And this time, it's crazy. Our guest, Toshira, also gives a rip-roaring review of... Hold on. Wait a minute. Are you sure this is right? Okay, if you say so. Kung Fu Panda 4. All before the show turns into a snooze fest in the most literal of ways. Strap in, wet the sponge, and stare into the eyes of your alleged victims' families. There's no turning back. This is the Super Chevy Bros podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Super Chevy Brothers podcast. This is Chevar, your host with all the buttons, and we're joined by Biko.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Very enthusiastic there. Mom.
Screw you.
Okay,
hey,
Mom
everybody.
We're
off to a great start.
Yeah, great. Fantastic. And new guest to the show here, Toshira, our sister, or me and Biko's sister, not Mom's sister. We have Toshira.
That'd be kind of weird. Yeah,
that would be really weird.
Yeah, that would be a weird one. Welcome to the episode. This is episode 134 in the month of April. Today is April 19th.
19th.
How's the week this week?
It was all right. It was good. It was a week. Spent a lot of time playing a lot of Dragon's Dogma and stuff like that. I played Buckshot Roulette, so that was weird. But so I kind of know what you guys are talking about this time about. This game's weird. I'm playing it right now, but yeah, it's weird.
Playing it right now?
Yeah, as we speak.
Throw it up.
No,
on
I'm not.
Throw it up on the stream. You see how good you are at Buckshot Roulette. And have you finished it?
Oh.
No, I haven't finished it. I am indeed playing it though.
Okay, so you just opened it then, because I think Mom finished it in, what was it, 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, you can finish it? Okay, well.
Yeah, it's finishable. So if you guys look on your Discord, you can see Biko.
When you're really good, it's
gameplay.
finishable. Yeah. I played that game.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you'll get through it. I see you're playing pretty okay now. Yeah. How about you, Mom?
Oh, I'm kind of the same, creature of habit. I'm also playing the roulette game. And apparently I have the old version or something, but I like it.
I'll download the new
It
one
still
for you.
works for me. I don't know if I want the new one.
You do. You always
You know
want
what
the
you,
new
sure,
one.
you know what you should get, Mom? You should get her Balatro. I'm telling you, you gotta get it for her. She won't stop playing it if you get her that.
No, I like this one.
No,
All right,
the other one, I don't know. It's like better solitaire. I don't know. You should play it though.
Well, before Toshira gets completely lost on what we're talking about, Buckshot Roulette is like Russian roulette, but with a shotgun, and you play against some monster guy. Do you play any games, Toshira, besides beating up on kids with Tekken?
No, well, I like. There's this game. I don't know the name of it, but when I do play games, it's more of patterns and matching and having to either get all the balls come jumbled up, and I have to get them all straightened out in the same color patterns. Like
I play that game. It's on the phone.
Yes,
Mobile
it's on the phone.
games, yeah.
So I usually kind of do that, or I do unscrambling words. As far like when they have like a bunch of letters, and you can see how many words you can spell with those letters that they provide. Those are kind of the games.
Has Mom introduced you to chickens yet?
No, not yet.
Egg Inc.
It's not chickens. Yeah.
Okay. Egg. What's Egg Inc. Right?
Egg Inc.
Yeah, she's been playing that
What's
for
it
like
called?
8 years now.
Egg
Oh.
Inc. Yeah.
Oh, Egg Inc. What is it?
Best game ever. That's what it is. I have to tell you
She's
about
a
it.
lot. She's been playing this game for years at this
She's
point.
played for
Must be
years.
good.
Yes, and I am a high scorer in the entire world. Not the highest, but I rank.
Well, I wouldn't say
right.
you've been playing. Yes, she is ranked like literally like top 50 or something in the world.
Yes,
It's
I
ridiculous.
am.
Yeah,
I don't play. I mean, I
Well, you
play.
do play.
She plays.
That's the
She plays a
problem.
little
You
too
play
much. Yeah, yeah.
There are literally like millions of people play that game, and you're like top 1%. That's ridiculous.
But okay, but there's a caveat to that. I played
What?
a lot during the pandemic. Okay.
Oh yeah, the
Sure.
pandemic that only infected you and not the other people who played that game. Yeah.
I
No,
didn't care about other
that-
people.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can't use that as an excuse. Everyone went through the pandemic and got COVID and all that stuff. You just played a lot
I
of that
ain't
game.
get COVID. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, we saw the COVID.
Yeah, I was adjacent to the COVID. I did not get the COVID.
Speaking of adjacent, you guys see that guy burn himself this morning on CNN?
Yeah, what is
I
wrong
know.
with you? You do this
Yeah, I
every
don't know.
episode. Stop.
No,
What do you mean? It
this
happened
morning.
today.
This morning in New York.
Today.
There's literally
Outside of Trump's trial.
in New
Yeah,
York.
The
Mhm.
CNN lady she was like, "Oh my God, I smell burning flesh. Look over there." She's like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh yeah. No, I did. hear
Lunatic.
about this. Yeah, he
Because I was
did his
listening
thing.
to it while driving, even though you could see it visually, her. But she said it so well. She laid everything out, so you didn't have to look at it or even be there. You knew everything that was going on. She did an excellent job. Her nosy was
Yeah,
like
it was-
100%.
You
should
could
be
almost
a,
smell it. Oh,
That's not funny. She was pretty good.
It's not. It's
well, I don't know.
horrible.
It was just she was very interested in the guy on fire, and she did not break a sweat.
I saw
That's journalism.
Yes, they would have said they said she did well, or they would have said was, "Oh no, that's not it." I thought that was so funny. That was hilarious to me
Oh,
because
man.
I don't think I would have had a lot to say other than, "Oh my God."
Yeah, that's true. Well, welcome to the show, everyone. Like you do here, we have a guest today, Toshira. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm sure the audience doesn't know much about you at all.
Well, my name is Toshira, and I live in Atlanta, and I have a 9-year-old son, and we like going to the movies, and and that's it for now. I guess more will come out later.
They don't need to know
Okay.
everything. We don't know these people.
All right. Well, today Toshira has a review for us. So we do have a movie review today, but today it's a different orator. That's cool. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. What movie are you reviewing?
Kung Fu Panda 4.
Fu Panda 4. All right, tell us about it.
Well, apparently it's the 4th movie of Kung Fu Panda. I hadn't seen
okay.
1, 2, or 3. So when Nova said I
Informative.
want to see Kung Fu Panda 4, I was like, okay. And I went and I realized, I should have known by saying 4. And I went and I realized that there were more, and I needed to be caught up.
Okay.
And so I think, but the movie, it was good independently, right? So you didn't have to see the first 3 in order to enjoy it. But you did need to kind of know the backstory of how the panda was adopted and who these other people were in the movie. But I did like it. It had a positive message for me. I thought that it had a positive message as far as knowing who to trust and trusting yourself and never giving up on yourself, right? So there was the panda who wasn't ready to give up his royalty. And then you had people who thought that they were ready and those that didn't. So the one that didn't, I think she was a cat. I think she was. She ended,
Okay.
well, I don't want to give it away, but I think it gave a positive message of believing in yourself overall. That was the message for me.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
I did see the first 3 at some point in my life. The first one, he becomes Kung Fu Panda. The second one, I think he proves his Kung Fu is good. The third one, he proves his Kung Fu is good against other good Kung Fu people. So I'm guessing the fourth one, he believes in his Kung Fu.
Yeah. So he was
Okay.
he didn't want to give it up. So he believed in his Kung Fu. And in this movie, he had to try to find someone to be his successor.
Okay. Well, that's Kung Fu Panda 4. That's Jack Black, right? As the Kung.
Yes.
What's the panda's
Yeah.
name?
Panda.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
remember.
right? Or something.
I
right?
don't.
There's only it's got to be. I don't know. The Jack Black. I'm pretty sure it's Jack Black.
I think it's Jack Black, yeah. But I don't remember what. And she said his name quite a bit. I don't remember. I'm not really good with remembering names to folks in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Biko's right. It's like Poe or Pub or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
Poe. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's
yeah.
Poe.
Oh, yeah.
The only
Yeah.
thing I really know about the movie is they did a Britney Spears cover for music
They
video.
did.
I don't even.
They
Is it
did,
in
and
the
they,
movie?
No, not that I can remember.
Okay. Well,
No, not that I can remember.
So I have no clue why they did that cover then, but that's all I know
No,
about the movie.
It
They
wasn't
have,
really a musical like that, so I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Not saying
Okay.
that it wasn't in there. It's probably just something that didn't stick out to me or didn't stick with me.
Okay, what would you rate the movie?
Out of what?
Here on this show, we let the orator decide how they rate it. You can do it
Yes,
with
we do.
or stars or burps. We've had
Mom just be
burps
using
once.
whatever,
However
Okay,
you want to
so-
rate it.
So if we had to give it 5 stars, with 5 stars being the best, I would give it. I give it a 3.9.
Okay,
That's not bad.
that's pretty
No, it
good
was
for
good.
Kung
It
Fu
was really
Panda.
good. Yeah, it was good. I have to say, when I left, I said, to Nobu, you always pick a good movie, because it was funny, it jerked at your emotions. You felt sorry for the little cat.
Did
were
you
mad
cry?
at the cat. Oh no, I didn't cry, and I'm a crier, but this movie didn't make me cry.
Dang. Stone Cold.
Not a crier, so not a 4.0. So maybe that's where the 3.9.
The tears would have
Yeah,
come.
it
Yeah,
didn't
the tears would have
traumatize you,
probably,
yeah.
yeah, the tears would have gave us some more points. Yeah.
What's the last movie you guys cried in?
Man.
As I've gotten older, I cry in movies more. Well, I used to cry in movies a lot, and then I grew up and didn't cry in movies. Then I got older, and now I cry in movies again. I cried for Lion King when I was a kid. Didn't cry again for 25 years, and then I cried. So, what was the last movie you cried
I
in?
think I cried at Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh really?
That's crazy.
No.
Um,
I love that
Yeah, I
Kong.
can't remember the last movie that made me cry. I don't know. I haven't seen anything super depressing or anything. But
I'm not at home. I
I
mean,
like
like
Friday
in
Grey's
theater. At
Anatomy
home,
over
you
there.
can cry about anything.
Yes.
Grey's
I think
Anatomy.
Probably the last Wakanda movie. That may have been it.
Oh
Black
no.
Panther.
no, that's not
No.
the real one. Wouldn't
Yes.
be in that one though.
Yeah, I think that's what.
Oh,
she cried.
the real one. I cried. I was so proud and happy to be there. But the second one was just really sad.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I think the last movie I cried in was that movie they've made like 4 times. Lady Gaga in it.
Oh,
A Star is Born. Yeah.
oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I
so
cried in
good.
that one. That one
I
got me.
cried with that one too. Yeah, I cried with that one
Really?
too. Surprised me. Yeah.
Did you see that one, Mom?
No, I saw the
It's-
original. and
It's good. The
there
original's
was
trash.
no need to
I've seen
redo
the
it.
2 before it. Those first 2 are trash. This movie,
No,
it's a tearjerker.
the first one is the tearjerker.
which
This
one's the
is just
first?
a
Which one are you
remake.
calling the first one? Because they're
Well,
like
the
4 of
second
them.
one, Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, that one's it's trash.
It is not.
What?
It
the
is
original?
trash. Yeah.
Okay,
It-
but Mom,
It's
to be
the-
fair, it took me forever to put 2 and 2 together that was the original one because nobody cares about that one anymore.
I didn't even know it was a remake.
Yeah,
See?
exactly. The new one's
That's,
the new one's so
that's my
good.
point. Nobody
The new one's
knows.
so good that they didn't need it.
Okay, so any movie that's out in the last 10 years, okay, minus, let's just say 40% of those movies are remakes.
That's not true.
That's not true. I don't think that's
I
true.
would say-
I'd say like a third, maybe 40% are remakes.
I'd say like remakes have made in like the last. I mean, remakes are like they're not new, but I'd say since the dawn of the new century, they've probably increased by 200%. Sure, but
Maybe
it
2,000.
can't be more than like 15% to 10% of movies are remakes these days. I mean, there are a lot of movies that come out these like.
I mean,
every
you're talking
month.
about. I think maybe she's talking about movie theater, straight to movie theater movies. Because if we're talking all movies, Like as far as
I know the
Netflix
Tubi
releases.
movies. Oh, they're tearjerkers.
Well,
man.
I'm-
I mean,
I'm talking just like major theater, like major studio movies. You know, Paramounts, Foxes, what like
Right.
from those. Because theater, whatever goes to the theater is just, especially like in the last 3 years, that's not necessarily. Well, I mean, that's kind of like some stuff would have gone to theaters if we didn't have a pandemic.
That's right.
And it's not, you know. And then some stuff, you know, is on streaming or not on streaming just because like the landscape's changed. So just as far as studios, I'd say remakes, like they're not that many. I mean, there are a lot, but
Yes,
they're not,
there are.
they're not
there
40.
seems to be a lot.
I mean, but can some stuff even be called a remake? Like Dune, right? That's not really a remake. Like it's based on a book. Like,
It's a
they
reinterpretation.
probably
not a remake.
It's another
Yeah,
interpretation.
they probably
of the
should have
book.
remade it, but yeah.
No, because I heard the original one was it's got mixed reviews, which usually means it's bad. So
Well,
Yeah,
the original
that's what
one
I
is like it's a cult classic, as in only like there are people that really like that film. I'd say a lot of people don't care for it or not, but a lot of people like that film. I mean, even the new Dune, a lot of people like these movies. I saw the first one, and I can't pull myself to see the second one. I'm sure I will at some point, but the first one was so
Right.
boring. Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't
Well,
seen
the next time you see Mission Impossible, just remember
Remember what?
remake.
Those aren't remakes.
No, they're series of movies that are a remake of something else. It was a TV series.
It's. I would say it's
Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, King
those aren't
Kong.
remakes. Those
That's
aren't
not remakes,
They're,
though.
they're
That's
different
not-
adaptations.
they're
I feel like
adaptations
there's a
of
difference
stuff.
between saying like you're tired of people adapting the same thing over and over. You know, I get that, right? Like we have 17 freaking Spider-Man movies. We don't need that many.
Yeah, like
So,
I'm tired of
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Right.
I
Spider
like
out.
Spider-Man. I'm
And
tired
now
of
they're in
Spider-Man,
different
so-
worlds and having to
There's
go
too
back
many.
and forth in time.
It's too much, man. It's too much. Reset it all.
So, are you talking about
give us 5
adaptations
years off of Spider-Man.
or remakes, Mom?
Oh, I was just getting the conversation going.
Okay.
But I would like to delve into a more original movie, if I could.
Yeah. Did you watch something?
Yes, I did, by Ari Aster, the director. And this
Mhm.
was not a remake. And if I could have a trickle of my music, I will get started.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is a new Ari Aster movie?
Yeah.
Ari
I
Aster
think I know
movie.
which one she's.
Oh,
Can we just go-
Yeah, I know. which
Yeah,
one.
yeah, here you
go
go.
ahead, go ahead.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You want the whole thing?
That's good.
Dang,
All
she didn't
right.
want the title. All right. All you. I'll stop talking.
Okay, we'll do the title next time. It's Mom's Movie Review. Okay, so I'm excited because this is an original. I was actually kind of leading into it by throwing that out there, tossing that bone. So this movie is called Beau is Afraid. It's on Hulu. It stars one of my favorite actors. Say the name, Chevar.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay,
Okay.
and I'll say the real name.
That's his name.
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
The one that
So-
survived. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I think for a long time, his brother River Phoenix, who passed away quite young, I think he stayed in his shadow, grieving for a very long time, which, it's family,
Did
but
he was in a lot of movies.
But-
did he really do all
but
that?
we didn't see his greatness until lately.
Nah,
I mean,
he's been pretty. he's
The
been
Joker, Napoleon, and now Beau is Afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he
I'm
did take
just
some time.
saying.
He kind of like when
He
like
grew into it. Yeah.
in the late '90s, he was kind of like nothing, right?
Right. It was like, he's trying too
Yeah.
hard.
Okay. Do y'all know that the late '90s was like 24 years ago? Lot's
Hold on.
happened since
Hold on.
then.
Doing calculations here.
Like I'm just saying. Over 24
Yeah,
That is
years.
correct.
it's
Yes.
almost 30 years ago. Yeah. So
That's correct.
here's the thing. This movie, it kind of threw me for a loop because I didn't really watch. I didn't know what it was about, but I just like Joaquin, so I watched it, and it threw me for a loop. I had to watch it in different times, different segments, because it was a little overwhelming. I didn't know what was real, and I found out neither did he. So this movie, kind of the opposite of Panda, is not believing in yourself and believing in anything else. So it's a very moving, tragic, but intriguing story. You're going on a journey in someone's mind, and that is a scary thing. And I think that's why I had to take it in pieces because, wow, once you get through this movie, you can understand that it it's a good thing we can't read minds. I'll just say that.
Yeah, because mom's not
Um,
telling us what Bo's afraid of doing.
I don't want to
Yeah,
because if I
I've
do,
seen this movie. I just haven't said anything. Yeah,
yes, it gives away everything. Because, like as I said, you don't know what's real and what's
it's
imagined.
something. It is indeed a movie.
It is
Oh, okay.
indeed a movie, and I recommend it. Oh,
It's
now that
sounding
he
like
recommends it,
no, no, no.
I
Hold
didn't
on,
say I
Okay.
hold
didn't say
on,
I recommend
hold
it.
on. I'm saying it sounds like you like it, Mom. Are you saying you don't like it, Biko? Are we having contention here?
I
oh,
feel like
he
you got to
likes
be in.
it.
I feel like you got to be in the right mood for it. It's. I
You
agree with
do.
mom on one thing. It's a weird movie. It's really weird. If you're just trying to like watch a movie to pass the time and not
That's
really
not
Right.
it.
not be like
No.
shocked by something or be like, what the hell did I just see? It's not
Mhm.
the type of
Right.
movie for that.
Because
It's a
you'll
lot
miss
going on.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
you'll miss
it's a lot
something.
happening.
And
But
what's the
no,
name
I
of
didn't
it again?
necessarily dislike it. I like a lot of Ari Aster stuff. I like Hereditary a lot. That's like one of my favorite movies ever. But
Yeah, it's called Bo is Afraid.
yeah,
Bo is a
Yeah.
friend. I guess the lead character's name is Bo.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that is Bo. And I don't want to get too far into it. I know Chevar likes me to give detail, but basically,
Yeah, because I was
he
gonna ask,
likes the
No,
opposite.
you're
what was
good.
he
he's
That's
afraid
just,
of?
fine.
well, he's an adult son who is on his way to visit his mom, and they have some mother-son issues, which I understand. Um, and it turns into what is really going on in his mind with his
Mhm.
relationship with his mother. You have a son, Toshira. This will be very interesting for you.
Oh, not
This
had
is
no
quite
issues.
this is quite a book. You don't have any issues yet,
Mhm.
but that usually happens once
This
they're
movie will
adults.
give you issues. Yeah.
This movie
Okay.
will caution you as you continue to grow this child because it's quite a relationship between he and his mother. And it affects everything that he does. It affects his entire life. Bo is afraid of life, and you. When we get to the climax of the movie, climax is hilarious, right? Because when we get to the climax of the movie, it's just fascinating. Let me just say that.
All right. So
I think you're
what's your
gonna.
rating here?
Well, this isn't an in theater movie, so I'll have to give it out of
I think it was
Rotten
supposed to.
Tomatoes gave it like 67%, but that's pretty good, I think. So I'll give it some popcorn and some um, sodas. Out
Okay, you can't
of,
use some. You have to. You got to give us
I'm gonna give you
specifics.
the number. I'm gonna give it a
Okay.
number
All
because
right.
I don't know what my limit is. I
Your
will give
limit's
it.
whatever you press.
Okay, so the first time I started watching it, I would give it two popcorns and a sip of soda, right? The second seating, I would give it four popcorns and I gurgled and sucked dry the whole cup.
Chill
When
out.
I finally got to the climax and finished the movie, I give it 10 tubs of popcorn and four fully completed sodas.
I think it's very interesting that mom usually doesn't watch movies all in one sitting. Um, so that's interesting. That's my
Yeah, it
only
took her a
point
month
there.
to watch Napoleon.
That's
It
crazy.
did. I was savoring it.
That's what we're
And
calling
plus
it now. Okay.
it got a little boring. It was
And
more
you're
of a love
taking notes,
story.
right? You're
I
taking
didn't like
notes.
Napoleon.
Yeah. What was that, Tashira?
I didn't like Napoleon. I couldn't finish it.
Finish it. I felt that way initially, and it took me a while to get through it. Finish
Yeah.
it, you'll feel happier you finished it. But it was mainly the love story instead of the other stuff. If they kept going with the tearing the hearts out of the horses with a cannonball, I would have been there straight
That would have
through.
been a great
But
movie if the first 15, 20 minutes of that movie ended up being the next 8 hours of the movie because it's that long.
right,
That would have
it
been
was
one of the
long.
greatest movies of all time.
It is a long movie. I think that's the only
3
time I watched
hours.
it. That's one of those movies that's 3 hours. I'm like, I'm good. I'll see y'all later.
Right.
Yeah, for me it was like, and I have how much more longer? Oh no, I think I got up and walked out of the movie theater.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
gotta
if you
do
have a
sometimes.
little over an hour or so, hour and a half, watch Beau is Afraid, but you may have to do it in parts. It's pretty powerful.
I personally recommend watching movies all at once, but that's just
Yeah, me too. But you know,
Okay. I just
oh,
couldn't
by
handle
the
that's
it.
not
way,
my movie review, I guess.
Mom, as you are a Joaquin Phoenix fan, his
Oh.
next movie's coming soon as well.
Which is,
Right, Joker, the deuce,
The Joker
dose,
sequel.
the dose of Joker.
Yeah,
That's
but
coming
isn't
soon.
it like a musical?
it is a musical. Yes, Lady Gaga.
Oh, you know what? There's not much more in life I love than a musical.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
I like.
It's
I like
just
that is
oh
not
God.
an issue for this woman.
Are they
I was
singing
gonna say.
again?
I was like, is she gonna say no? Because that'd be weird. Mom used to bombard me and Chevar with musicals.
Oh, you
I
like
know too many.
musicals? Oh my gosh.
Love musicals.
Yeah, she loves musicals.
So how did you
I
feel
can
about
do
the
it.
movie
I can do a
Wish?
musical. Would you say, Toshira?
How did Renita feel about the movie Wish? Because I thought that was a musical and I was about to lose it because they just kept singing.
The,
And I was
that
just like, oh
Disney
my
movie?
gosh, a song doesn't
You
even
were-
fit here.
You were wishing it was over, right?
Yes,
I
I was.
love Wish. I love
It depends. I can do a
Like,
musical.
No.
It's gotta have a certain thing to it because like what is that the Mean Girls I think came out with a musical thing. I got no interest in that. I can
I
do
like
a Rocky
Pitch
Horror.
I really like Mean
Pitch
Girls.
Perfect
and
was
I
good.
didn't see that. Yeah,
I can do a Rocky Horror.
As soon as you said it was a musical, I was out.
Yeah, I can do a Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh
I can
yeah.
do.
Yeah, I can
That's
do
a
that.
classic. That's a classic.
I can do Joseph and the magical coat. I only say that because I went and did it, but I can't do like Mean Girls.
I can't
I
do
don't.
like
I like the chocolate. The chocolate. Was it the Willy
Willy
Wonka's
Wonka?
chocolate music? Yeah, the newest one was like a musical. I don't know about the other one. I hadn't seen it, but I like that
You
one.
watch that. I've only
Yeah, I
seen the
like.
original. Speaking of remakes.
Yeah, I
I'm about
like
to say
that.
that movie's been made like 6 times.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
the
like
most
original.
recent one. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that one
And
is
Pitch
of course
Perfect.
some music. Anything with original songs kind of beats out like just playing pop songs that it's like a Glee club or something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so Toshira, they won't admit this, but I know their favorite musical.
What?
Ain't Misbehaving.
Oh yeah.
They still
You
know
got-
the
you got me
words.
there. You got me
They
there.
won't admit
Yeah,
it.
but that's
No,
But
I
they
that's-
have
still know
listened to
the
that. I have that CD in my car. Yeah, no, I do
Okay.
listen to that. I'm not even
All
joking.
right, well.
This is literally in my car.
Enough of that, right, Shabar?
Yeah, we're done with that.
No, she
Thanks
got
for
it.
listening
She kind of called us out. She wasn't wrong.
I didn't say. I said I'm particular with my musicals. That's all I said.
Yeah, he did.
Particular with his
It's time.
musicals, he
It's
said.
time for the news, the gaming news of the week, of the year, of the month, and we already talked about the Flaming Man. That's one thing. This news week.
I don't think that was gaming.
Well, he was playing with fire, so I'd call that.
I walked right into that one. Shit. Okay, that's fine. This is the dumbest thing I do every week. Continue.
So this week, as far as news, there's not a lot going on. I scoured the web for things worthy of speaking about in regards to video games, and there just weren't that many. We've got the most important ones here, so we'll start with the first one.
Round 1. Fight!
We now know the casting of the most anticipated role in this decade of Sonic the Hedgehog 3's Shadow the Hedgehog. We're gonna have Keanu Reeves doing his. He's such a great actor. I can only imagine how his voice acting is going to be.
So my thing is listen, we got Aegis Elba last time. I personally feel like this is a downgrade, but that's just me. I know people like Keanu a lot, but
Well, I mean, Idris is fully on board. He's got a Knuckles TV show he's voicing. I'm sure he'll be in Sonic 3. I don't know. Couldn't you think of a better Shadow than Keanu?
then Keanu Reeves,
Nicolas
Anyone
Cage.
else?
Nicolas
You know
Cage.
what?
would be
Nicolas
great.
Cage.
Oh, Chevar, you're actually completely right. Nicolas Cage would be perfect for Shadow. Like not even.
He'd
joking.
be a perfect Shadow.
I'm not mad at this casting choice. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of lazy. That's just me. I don't really see him playing Shadow. I don't really get it. But I'm also aware this is a kids movie, so I'm good. That's fine. He can play Shadow.
It was kind of. I think it was kind of difficult for him because I'm pretty sure they limited themselves to not picking someone black just to avoid the whole black
No, I think they
hedgehog
did that
with
too.
guns
Yeah.
who does like
That's why
tough
they made.
stuff.
That's why they made Knuckles the black one. Yeah.
Well,
Good
but
idea.
Knuckles is black anyway, right? I mean, he punches guys.
He's black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knuckles is black. We all know this.
Yeah, but they couldn't make Shadow black.
Dang.
It's too on the nose. His nose is literally black. You can't do it with
Yeah.
Shadow. So
Yeah.
yeah, Keanu's the
It's like
way to
that.
go with that one. Did you guys see Sonic 1 or 2? Will you
I
see 3?
saw Sonic 1.
I
and
saw
I
them.
started 2, but then I had to leave the house. Not even joking. But yeah, no, I like both of the first ones. Both of them were pretty good. The parts that I've seen.
I saw them. Mhm.
Mom saw them. That's all she'll say. She saw them. Tashira, do you
Well, I don't
see
think Mom
these?
ever liked Sonic.
I think
'cause
no
No,
one
I
liked
don't
these.
think so. I
No?
I don't know. If I did see it, I don't remember, and I think that says a lot.
That says a lot. That does. Well, kudos to Keanu getting more roles in games and
That's
movies.
just what he needs.
Yeah, just what he needs. More work. Nicolas Cage would have been better. Now that I'm really thinking about it, he would have been
really
the guy.
would've been.
All right.
I
well,
agree.
Round
That's it.
fight.
We don't have that many things this week.
This is it, man. This is all we got. All right, Telltale. You know
That's
the
all.
game they released that made them really popular called The Wolf Among Us, and then they did like
yeah, that
30
was the
other
game that made
games.
them- Shavar, that was the game that made them popular, right? Not the one that came out before it. The Walking Dead.
I would say The Walking Dead. I mean, they were. I would say
Okay,
Wolf
for
Among Us is the one
listener,
that
I'm gonna
made them
clarify this
like.
for you, listener. Shavar prefers the game we're about to talk about because him and his friends really liked it. The game that this company is actually famous for is Walking Dead, but The Wolf Among
No,
Us.
okay, I
is
gotta
very
disagree on
popular.
that one. Yeah, I think
Shavar, you're like completely wrong. If you go ask anybody about this, they're gonna say Walking Dead. Nobody's gonna say The Wolf Among Us is the first thing they think of when they think of Telltale. That's crazy. That's
I wouldn't say
crazy
it's the first they think of, but I think Wolf Among Us made them. I mean, Walking Dead
I think
because
that- I think
it
that's
was
straight up
big and
rewriting
popular. Everyone liked it, and their games are good. But Walking Dead is like, I don't know. I think Wolf Among Us like hit more people.
talk. You're wrong, but continue. You were
All right,
you
we're
were
gonna figure this
objectively
out.
wrong, but go ahead.
We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna find.
I think it's a matter of perspective.
I can just go off of sales and tell you which one was more popular, but that's fine.
But Walking Dead, no, not that one. What's this one called? Wolf Among Us. Okay, they announced this game like 30 years ago. When did they announce the second one? It had to be after the
They
first
announced the
one,
second
right?
one, like I'm not joking, like 10 years ago. Like no
Yeah,
joke. Like,
10 years ago.
They
They
announced it a
haven't-
long time ago.
They haven't even put anything out for 10 years. Well, they put out like 64 games since then. They've got Batman, Telltale. They put out 3 more Walking Deads since then. They have a ton out, but I guess now this one
For
is
context, also, Shavar, Wolf Among Us is not even in their top 10 best-selling games.
no way. What's the top 10?
And it's not. Shavar, they made games about freaking Back to the Future. They made
They did.
they made a lot of different games. Like they
Yeah,
made
but that
Game of
was
Thrones
after
game.
this.
They made a Batman game, which is above it. They made Tales of
They made a
Borderlands,
Batman
which is above
game.
it. Yeah,
But those are all
like,
after.
I feel like you're really you're overestimating how big this game is.
Well, they're not making any more Walking Dead ones.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean,
Well-
they finished it. They actually finished it, so it didn't die like this game did. So
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why they haven't put this one out. It's not like it's really hard to make or something. They did it like
as
so
the
many
article
times.
Says the company has been in a lot of shit. Like Telltale's been through the ringer the past, I would say, 5 years or so. they've had a lot of layoffs. They had a lot of their stuff get taken off of storefronts and then put back on storefronts. The company's kind of in shambles. So that's kind of why the game hasn't come out. Is a lot of people who worked on it too aren't even with the company anymore. So yeah, a lot of bad stuff behind the scenes.
Sure, but haven't they been putting things? It's not like they haven't released anything in the last.
Can you tell me the last Telltale game?
Let's see.
Mm.
Well, this says the last one was Walking
Oh, The
Dead
Expanse.
Final.
Yeah.
The Expanse just
was
came
the
out
last one.
last year. Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, they've been
It's
picking
not
back
like-
up steam. They've been trying to release more stuff.
Yeah, they've been releasing. I just don't know why this one hasn't come out since. I mean, they had Batman come out. That came out with like 3 episodes or something, right? I mean,
That was like 4 years ago, though. That was like 4 or
yeah,
5
but
years
here's
ago.
the thing, because half the podcast at the moment doesn't understand these games. There's very little games in the game. Most of the game, it's like if you get to watch The
Mom
Walking
would love
Dead
these
and then
games,
tell the
genuinely.
characters what to do, but all you do is do that, and then you watch what happens, and then you either. It's like the Choose Your Adventure books is basically what these games are. Mom would like this game for sure. You'd probably play this game 10 times over, Mom. You just sit there, look
Really?
at the screen. Yeah, you'd love this game.
It's good. Like, and I know Chevar says things very sarcastically. I genuinely liked a lot of these games, especially the Walking Dead games. I played all of them, and they're really good. They're easy to pick up and play. It's like a story basically.
And
But
whatever you did
are-
in the
you are
previous
playing the
one
game. You can
continues.
die.
Yeah.
You can, they all link into each other. You can die. Like, it's not like you
Oh.
can just sit there and not do anything and everything will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like, it does require you to do some stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
they're solid games.
It's
They're
like
good games.
it's kind of like making your own TV show. So if you like The Walking Dead and you want to make your own Walking Dead and you play through the story as this character, and you can have people die or you can save this person or not save that person, and then the next part, just whatever you did before continues on throughout the whole thing. So you could play it multiple times and get different endings and have different characters and scenarios and all that stuff. Yeah. I think
So,
I
like,
think you definitely like this.
in this, so like in the show, when people die or don't die that you want to die, you can kill them.
Sometimes you'll be able to kill them, but also like, okay, let's say you can go save that person, or you can go like, I don't know, get supplies or something. You can just decide to let them die and then not worry
Yeah,
about
you
it.
just decide-
Or maybe they don't die. They realize you blew them off to go like look at rocks, and then they come to try to kill you later. It's like this story that you're building as you play.
It
I like
branches
that.
off really well too. Like, like in each episode affects the following episode.
The
right?
following
Something you did in
episode, yeah.
chapter 2 can affect you in chapter
Mhm.
5, right? Like, yeah. So it's cool. They even like, and it like tells you, this will affect you later. They're really good
Cool.
games. Especially for people who are just getting into video games or something like that. But yeah, this company really kind of ran that space for a while. There's a lot of different games like that, right? Like, it's kind of like a more interactive point and click game, or like rather more, well, actually less interactive, kind of like more cinematic point and click game.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
They had 4 screens from the game that they're creating. Were they like supposed to be impressive? Or-
They're showing
Usually
you
there's
that
a
it
video.
exists. They're just showing you it exists. That's
Yeah,
all.
they're showing you that the game
That
exists.
they
They're
Like,
just
act. They're
saying-
not
there's
just.
nothing else to
Yeah,
really
they're
say.
not
No
just screwing
kidding, no
with you. It's-
fooling.
Yeah, it's actually
Okay.
that.
Hey, this day and age, you gotta just let people know the thing exists because, yeah, I mean, especially this game, right? And this is kind of.
Oh, you know what,
weird for
Biko?
gaming
We're
because-
both wrong. What are we talking
What?
about? Their big thing was Sam and Max
Oh yeah, that's what they're originally known for. Yeah,
and
that's what they're
Bone
originally
and
known for,
yeah,
Sam and
yeah.
Max, which
Sam
are
and Max.
actually point and click games. Yeah.
Which are they're literally you like those too, but they're harder. I'd say
Oh.
Sam.
Mom, you probably wouldn't remember this. Me and Chevar played a lot of Sam and Max on the PlayStation, in our later years in the house. But yeah.
There was one puzzle in Sam and Max I was literally stuck on for 3 weeks. I'd come home every day.
Yeah, he would.
I
every
turn it
day.
on, and I try to figure out why can I not progress this thing. There's an alien sitting on top of the museum. There's an old woman in a book, and there's a children that stole some socks. And I just cannot find out what to do. And it took me 3 weeks to realize I got to put those socks in the woman's pot.
Yeah.
And then I beat the next game in like like 3 more hours. You'll like this game. You can get it on your phone. They should be on your. They definitely are on your phone. So
Yeah, they're on mobile. They are.
It's
Oh,
salmon.
did they make Grim Fandango too, or is that somebody else?
no, I don't think they made Grim Fandango. Well, maybe. I
Okay.
don't think so. I don't know. I know they did Monkey Islands. I know they published some. but
Well, now
think
that I know
need-
to put the socks in the pot, I'm good.
No, that's
I'll get
Lucas
through it.
Yeah, you'll get through.
You'll
I
definitely
actually,
remember
that's
that.
the next game I'm going to download for you, Wolf Among Us, and you can play that. Okay, so that you'll.
Sounds good.
Wolf Among Us is good. It's a good game.
All right. Hey, guess what, guys? There's no more
What?
news. There's no more news. That's all the news we have. Last week we made the conscious decision to, instead of have Mom, which was very beautiful every time you did it, just
What?
throw out thoughts about TV shows she may have watched during the week at some point. We decided we were going to take them episode by episode, just review them in a more traditional sense. And so this week, because the new big popular show is Fallout, we watched that. I did finish it, but I'm watching it alongside Mom again, not actually physically alongside, just chronologically. So we're going to talk about the first episode of Fallout. Biko, knowing that you haven't seen the first episode, we're gonna tiptoe around specifics, okay? But not too much.
I can do
Because we
that.
gotta talk
Well,
about
I
it.
heard that they changed some of the lore stuff, which I don't care about. Just to be clear, I don't
They
really care about
no.
that, but,
If you finish it, no, they did not change some of the lore. This game happens after another game, and so it adds to lore. And it changes a couple of things, but it's more like, you know how in
which game
Fallout,
is it?
you know how in
spoiler to tell me which game it's after.
so when you watch it, it is definitely after the first and second Fallouts, and I even if you just look at the year, hold on, and it
It's
might even I think
200
it's
years after the apocalypse.
yeah, and then it's after 76, it's after 1, it's after 2, it might be after Vegas chronologically. So it should be, yeah, after Vegas. And I don't know if you can tell. Actually, no, it's after everything. Because I think even Fallout 4, which was the latest one, is only 200. And it's like 190 years, right? So this one's this one's after everything. This one's after all the games.
Oh, okay. That's
So
cool.
it's the newest.
So as somebody who's yet to watch it, like how is it like super involved in like like plots that we're used to in Fallout, or is it kind of like just
It
its
is
own game within the
exactly.
universe?
It is almost like someone took a Fallout game and said, like, let's not make that a game, let's make it a movie. One thing with all the Fallout games, well, no, not all of them. I'd say like when Bethesda took over, there's a common theme of family and leaving the vault for family,
Got it.
essentially, right?
Got it.
There's a common theme of
Trying to find
the-
let me guess. Trying to find a family member of some sort. I'm not even joking. I never watched the show. But
yes, and there's
is
a
it
there's a
dad?
yes, and and there's a common theme. There's also a common theme of it's really heavy on brotherhood, like Bethesda Fallout games are. So Mom and Toshira, Fallout, the games actually are made by two separate companies, the original creators and then Bethesda, who bought the rights to it. The original creators made the first two, and then the fourth one. The fourth one's not called 4. The Bethesda, the people who made the show, made the third one, the fifth one, and the sixth one, and the show. But the way they make their games, they're very family oriented. It's as far as like that's why you leave is for your family. The old people, the way they made the games, you leave to essentially save the vault. So you need to, in the first game, you need to leave so you can fix the water chip because the water chip broke. You need to leave and go fix the chip. You end up saving the world. That's just how those old games go. So yes, Biko, it does follow that theme of family. Family's important. So Mom,
Okay.
and Toshira, have you seen the show at all? Have you seen the show at all, Toshira?
Is she with us?
Did we lose this year?
I think
Maybe.
I
It
think
is-
Toshira lost the
It is nap time here. We'll see. Anyway, so Mom, you finished the first episode, right?
I did.
Okay, and they are an hour long each one. They're like HBO kind of
Right.
shows, right? So, what did you think? From after I watched the first show, I was really excited. Like all the cards are laid out. We know what's to me. It starts off at a really good pace. Like it introduces your main characters.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like we know how they're kind of connected, and then we're good to go. Well, how did you feel about the first episode?
Well, as not a Fallout player, but watching you play, I felt like it was like right in line with where it should be. It was fast paced. I understood everything, which is unusual when it comes to, even Halo. I kind of struggled a little bit. Um, I, I I liked knowing the characters, and getting to know them very, very quickly. It's not like they developed. I'm sure they will, um, but they give you enough to go on initially. So I kind of
Yeah,
like
you
that.
you get a hard. They
Yeah,
put them
it's
in
like boom, boom, here
situations
they
where
are.
it's like this is this person's personality type.
Character. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
who they are. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
there's no
that's
doubt.
cool.
We know who they are. Yeah.
Okay, so
And it
just to
was
give a
I like the action and the fun. I mean, it wasn't fun, but it was
Is
action
it
it
packed.
okay?
is
So that was my thing. How gory is it? Because Fallout's really gory. So
I'd say it's as gory as the game.
yeah, okay, that's what I
Yeah,
It
thought.
I would say
is.
but
That's what you wanted to hear.
it's not like over the top where but it is like when something happens they show it to you. It's as gory as the game. Um, yeah, just to give a skeleton for the show for the episode, right? It opens with talk of the vault. We open with the main vault character, and she's talking
Right.
about like in all Fallout games something interesting and new happening in her life. And the show kind of does this cute thing where it talks about her special. So in the game, your special are your stats. So your strength, your perception, your endurance, your charisma, your intelligence, agility, and luck. Your special. She goes over those without saying it, so it's like not really on the nose. But if you know what it is, you know exactly what she's talking about.
Got it.
And
Okay.
she's applying
Mhm.
to marry someone from a neighboring vault or something. And then they take you through that, and they take you to the other two characters that are essential to the show.
Wait, before you go on, one of
Uh,
my favorite lines is that she still has her uterus.
yeah,
Oh, that's
she still has her
hilarious.
uterus.
That's
That
really
is true.
funny.
Um,
Yeah.
then it moves on to, and some things happen in the vault. I don't know how much we want to talk because Biko didn't see it. I hope he does watch with us so
No.
we can review it on the show. But
Yeah.
some things
I
happen in
can,
the
I can
vault.
close my ears for a minute.
Yeah, you go. You can step away for like 5 minutes here, I guess.
Yeah, talk your
Um,
stuff. Go ahead.
So some stuff happens in the vault. We get introduced to two more characters. We have Titus. No,
Mm-hmm.
Maximus.
Maximus.
Maximus. We have
Mhm.
Maximus, the
Titus
Brotherhood of.
Maximus, they renamed.
Well, his name is Maximus. We have Maximus, the Brotherhood of Steel initiate, and then we have the Ghoul. That's what they call him, the Ghoul, the
Yes.
radioactive
Goggins.
cowboy. Yeah, played by Goggins. I think the acting
Oh
in the
my
show.
God.
Yeah, he does a
But
great job.
the great thing about that, Goggins is in it, and the guy who came for him. Do you
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
him from
Mhm.
Raylan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was that show? Yeah. I thought that was cool.
Hey yo, Toshira snoring in the mic. I think we gotta.
Oh,
Okay, I think we're gonna do a little.
I'm gonna jump off and call. Okay, I'll be right back.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a little mute right there for a second. Okay, we're good. We're okay. Hold
Holy shit, I'm dying.
on. Take a pause. Maybe mom can call and get it.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Booski.
I think you'll like the show, Biko, for sure.
I'm excited to watch it, especially because like from what I've heard from people who played the game, it's really good, which is surprising. Well, not surprising. There's a lot of good adaptations. As far as video game adaptations, I'm very shocked that like it's really good from what people are saying. And I already get a second season, so I think that's good.
I think what's good about it is it does, to me. Okay, to me, this show and Halo do the same thing, but Halo did it from scratch. This show does it from continuity. They take
Okay.
what makes the storytelling and the world and whatever you would say the games are, and they take that and say, if we're gonna make our own thing, let's do that, but it's a film. So when you watch like the show, it is kind of just like a Fallout game, except you're following. It's kind of like if Fallout was released at the same time GTA was, and they're like, the time where you're gonna play as Spawn, you're gonna play as like Spider-Man and Venom. You're gonna play as 3 characters in this game. This game, you're gonna play as Dante and some redheaded black woman. Like it's like in that area of games, it's like they could have released this where you play as a vault person, a Brotherhood of Steel in this shit, and a ghoul. It's kind of fits in that. But the way Halo does it, which is different, which is why I think people are upset with Halo. Halo purely starts from scratch. So they're like, we're not going to take Halo 1 and Halo 2 and Halo 3. We're going to say all those same elements, all that stuff, but we're going to do it like more personable. Because I think the thing with the Halo show is it is more personal. Like you get to learn a lot about Chief and the people he's around, but it's still Halo in that like there's this threat, except that it's not just go here, shoot guns, kill aliens, go there, shoot guns, kill aliens. It's more like political. It's kind of like Gundam a little bit in a way. There are these different factions you hear about and all that stuff. Fallout does the same thing, except they just continue from Fallout 4 ended this way. This is after that. And so it just feels good without like retreading the same things over and over again. You see stuff in the games, the Blamco cheese and the ponies, and you get real, like it communicates a lot of things to you without just like showing you like, oh, remember that,
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Okay, mission not accomplished. So
Okay, yeah, I could tell. I unmuted and then. All right, I'm just gonna mute her thing. I just don't want her to like start talking and we can't hear because I muted it. I don't know. Maybe you guys can still hear it.
that's what happened to me. I tried to mute. So
Can you guys hear her?
I
yeah.
her.
Okay, I muted it from the podcast, so it's not there. Okay.
Okay. So we're good.
All right.
So
I go ahead, Mom.
I was just gonna say, what was your last point? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought that quickly.
Well, I was telling Biko how it takes the same approach as Halo. Huh?
But the last thing you said about Fallout, I was just gonna tag onto that. It's fine.
The characters, the ghouls.
Yeah, you
Dragons?
just finished talking about the ghoul. Yeah, and I was saying the other guy was in the other show too, but then you went on with something. It's good. Yeah. But I'm really enjoying it. I hated the episode was over because it was so chock full of great stuff. But I can't wait to see episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2 is pretty. I mean, I think all the episodes are pretty well done. They give you a lot of information. The story moves on, and yeah, it's. I think I really like the show. Who's your favorite character so far?
Well, I like Lucy.
Okay, the Vault Girl.
Yeah, I like Lucy because I thought she was just kind of a girl, and she was a daddy's girl and all that. But she's tough. I like her. She's tough. I like her cousin too.
Yeah,
He's
the cousin.
funny.
He's funny. And the little brother. When I saw the brother, you look at him. He looks 40. He's the size of a 13-year-old. I'm like, I've seen this guy somewhere before.
I thought he'd been exposed to outdoors. That's what I thought.
No, he's the Disney kid.
Yeah, Moises. Yeah. He was in a lot of stuff. I did see he was in the show. Yeah, he's a Disney kid.
And he becomes a bigger character later in the show or something. But he
I
does a
can
good
tell.
job.
Yeah.
He does a really good
Good,
job.
good.
Yeah.
He was on Hannah Montana.
So he's your favorite character?
I'd say my favorite character is the ghoul. Just because of things that happen in the show. I think for me, he's the most important to the show. But the most interesting is Maximus. Maximus.
Really?
Because I think they make it a point in the show to show that he's kind of Like at the beginning,
Complicated.
why he's there is because he looks up to
Right.
the Brotherhood and their ideals, and they saved him or whatever he thinks it is in his head, and then
Right.
but he's kind of a coward,
Don't-
and he's kind of
Yes.
he gets jealous, and he's very
Yes.
emotional, and
Small-minded.
he has this thing of what he wants to be, but he knows that's not what he is, and like I think he's the most interesting character, but then yeah, you have to watch more. We'll talk about episode
Yeah.
2 next week, but
I
I think he's
agree.
most
I agree.
interesting.
Because at first, when I watched, it was, the Lucy one was a lot longer than Maximus
Yeah,
or
she got
Ghoul.
more time than them.
Right, and that's probably why I liked her more because I saw more of her in action and all that. But I know the Ghoul's gonna be my favorite because of Goggins. I know he's hilarious, right?
I always like the ghouls in Fallout. I miss Charon from Fallout 3
Yeah,
or
Karen.
Karen.
Well, Goggins does a lot less funny, and I mean he's still him. He's got his little quips and his wordplay
Yeah.
and whatever, but he's more like of
Serious.
this. Yeah, a little more serious as far as like the performance is concerned.
Well, I mean he's believable when he's serious, but Maximus, it threw me a little bit because I wanted to believe him and like him. All the like roles that are going to I don't want to say that, it's real stereotypical. But he's that Denzel Jonathan guy kind of look alike,
Yeah, yeah.
and you know what I mean? It's like that's all they ever do. But I was expecting him to be one way just because of how he looked. And it turns out he really wasn't this very honorable. And I thought that was interesting. So he is an interesting character.
Yeah, he's a really interesting character, and they kind of introduced this mystery to did this happen or this happen, and
Right.
he
I want to believe the brother, right? But
right, but he especially with the faction he's with, they call themselves
Mhm.
knights, and they want to protect and take the technology and do all this stuff, and you can
Right.
see everything he does, he tries to fit into that, but then you can read his face, like his mind on his face, like he's just not he's just not doing it
Right.
well. Yeah,
you don't even
Um,
need a lie detector. Yeah.
yeah, not with him. But okay, well I think you'll enjoy episode 2. I think the episodes get more and more interesting as they go on, so we'll enjoy episode 2 next time. Biko trying to catch up to us. I'll rewatch 2 so I can remember
I'll
what
get
happens.
to watching it for sure.
Yeah. Well, guys, look. That was the end of all I had scheduled and planned. So that was the end of all I had scheduled and planned. Next week, I'm gonna shake things up a bit. I mean, we shook things up today. We had a guest. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey,
We had a
were
lot
so
more.
interesting. She fell asleep on us.
Yeah. She's still
She wasn't
sleeping
ready,
on us.
man. She wasn't ready, dog.
She wasn't ready for the late night show. It's okay.
We have to get better topics.
Well, it's a game
Ain't she
podcast.
in
That's what we
ain't she in
talk
a
about.
different time
Games.
zone? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Next week, we're going to change it up and talk more Fallout. We'll have another movie review, right, Mom?
Yes, I'm going to try that Triangle of Sadness.
Okay. Biko is going to have more game stuff for us. I will, too. I got to
I'll
play.
play some more games. I'll
Play some
actually
games.
get to watching some TV.
Mom, we're going to get you in a Telltale game so you can review some of that. Or just
Okay.
give your experiences there. But thanks for listening to the show. This has been episode 130. Four.
Yes.
And bye.